This isn't just a story about a little girl who grew up with two great parents. This is a story about a little girl who grew up and had to learn reality before most little kids did. There was never a dull moment in my life. They always tried so hard to make me laugh and make me smile. They did everything they could to make sure I was okay and that I had big dreams for myself when I was older. But this story revolves around my dad. My dad wasn't president of the United States, or in the army, or a doctor, or a lawyer, or any of those big, cool things. My dad was just a dad. I was the biggest daddy's girl. I was always with him. Wherever he went, I went. Whatever he did, I did. In '98, maybe not the best day for me, but it was the best day for my dad. Daniel was born, and we were just one little happy family. We lived in Arizona, and then in '01 we moved here to North Dakota. But after we moved to North Dakota, that's when everything came crashing down. It started in the morning. Me and Daniel were getting ready for school, and all of a sudden we heard a big bang in the bathroom. My dad was taking a shower in there, and all of a sudden my mom went to check on him, and she tried opening the door, but it was locked. Dave, 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 she yelled. No answer. She started getting more worried. Dave, Dave, Dave. She finally got the door open, and she realized that he was laying on the ground behind it. Blood everywhere. No one knew what was going on. Me and my brother were too young to even understand. She called the ambulance, and I remember hearing them down the street. They came up, they got into the house at the stretcher. There was like 5 or 6 guys surrounding my dad. I didn't know what was going on. It scared me, and I was worried. I saw my dad roll off on a stretcher and out the door. I looked out the window, and he was gone. And nothing was the same after that. Nothing. The next few years was all hospital visits, surgeries, chemo, medication, doctors who didn't want to touch him because they didn't know what was wrong with him. It was hard because he wasn't around very much. I remember cheating on a spelling test because me and him used to sit there and study our spelling words, and I got scared and because he was at the hospital so much. I ended up getting caught, but the teacher knew what I was going through. I went through counseling through the school just to help me get over what was going on. I could have lost my dad. If it wasn't for doctors and people who were not scared to fight for his life, he would not be here today. And I couldn't be more grateful. Even when he was sick, he still tried to be with us. He still made us smile. He still enjoyed being with us. He tried so hard to be everything to us. He was the strongest man in the entire world, and to this day, he still fights, and he's still so strong. He's still on medication, and he still goes through all this surgery and doctor visits. But he's here, and he's fighting, and he will be fighting for the rest of his life. And I am so glad that I have a dad to show me all that. He has taught me that I have to be strong, and I have to love who I am, and I have to be a good person. He showed me that I can't be afraid to be who I want to be, and he showed me that I have to be good. And now I want to be a doctor, and I want to save people's lives, and I want to be that doctor who gets to look down at that little girl and say her welcome. I want to be thanked for what I did, like I thank the doctors who had saved my dad. I couldn't do it without my dad. I would not be here, and I couldn't be here without my dad.